Hello, I'm Faith, and welcome to Faith's Take, where I talk about anything and everything that I find interesting. This is the 5th video in my 10 weeks of Mystery Science Theater and RiffTrax Top 10s project, all leading up to the big Mystery Science reunion show on June 28th. This week, I'm doing my top 10 Mike-era host segments, since last week I did my Joel-era host segments already. Also, there won't be any songs on this list, since I have a separate video for those. And let's get right into it! My top 10 Mystery Science Theater Mike-era host segments. Number 10.
Tonight on S.O.L'S.
Lower, please, Mike.
Okay, tonight on S.O.L'S Legends of Rock.
Okay, good.
The tragic story behind the band that played California Lady.
I always love when the sketches were based off of songs from the movies, and this is no exception. The band that played California Lady gave us one of the catchiest in-movie songs in MST history.
California lady, won't you bring your love to me?
Get it yourself.
Gravy, add flavor to my meat.
California lady.
Mike's Where Are They Now style narration, giving more and more detail of the band falling apart, is just great.
The fish-lip guy turned increasingly to booze, drugs, womanizing, and out-of-control gambling, and the band that played California Lady was no more.
Take a simple concept with dynamite delivery, and we have a classic Mystery Science segment on our hands.
Happily, the last year has seen a reunion, and a new generation of fans have discovered the magic that is the band that played California Lady.
Okay, thanks.
Number 9.
Talking like what?
Why are you talking like that?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just way ahead of you, Mike.
Well, like that. You know, you're answering my questions before I ask them. I don't know. I'm just asking them the same thing.
No, you dope. I mean, I'm moving faster than you, temporally speaking.
Hey, what do you mean you're way ahead of me?
Well, I asked you for it, Crow. You were right here.
Hi, guys. Hey, how'd you get here so fast?
That's what I've been trying to tell you, Mike. I'm ahead of you by about 3 seconds.
You know what, guys?
I love anything to do with time travel, even if the characters are only a few seconds apart.
Hey, Tom, why don't you just give him his chicken puppet back, all right?
Say, why don't we ask Gypsy to mess with the warp engine?
Well, alls I know is I want my chicken puppet back. Hey, how'd that happen?
I really admire the timing of the writing and delivery here. You can only imagine how difficult it was to get it down pat.
Well, okay, Gypsy. Well, I guess all we can do is write it out. I'm out of here.
Okay, Gyps, I guess all we can do is write it out. I'm good. Wow, it's a weird deja vu. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Prince of Space was the first episode where the guys were hurtling through time and space, and this segment gets them off to a great start.
I'll see you, Mike. Tom. Hey, anybody see my chicken puppet?
Number 8.
Love, it's walkathon season, and I'm being hit up by 2 competing groups. You gotta admire their energy.
Acronyms always have high potential for comedy, and they're used to their fullest potential here.
Who's the group that you're raising the money for?
Walkathon? Yeah, it's an acronym. It stands for Walkers at Large, Kinetically Altruistic Through Hygiene or Knowledge.
Knowledge with an N?
Yeah, with a K it would be Walkathoc.
Actually, helping children through research and development is the acronym, Mike. It stands for, hi, everyone. Let's pitch in and get cracking here in Louisiana doing right, eh? Now then, hateful, rich, overbearing, ugly guys hurt royally every time someone eats a radish, carrot, hors d'oeuvre, and never does dishes. Eventually, Victor eats lunch over Peoria mit ein neues Burger Toll.
Okay, yeah, and what is this?
Now you'd think the more a joke like this is used, the less funny it would be, but you'd be wrong.
I'd sure thank you. And hi, everyone. Let's pitch in and get cracking here in Louisiana doing right, eh? Now then, hateful, rich, overbearing, ugly guys hurt royally every time someone eats a radish, carrot, hors d'oeuvre, and never does dishes. Eventually, Victor eats lunch over Peoria mit ein neues Burger. Todd would thank you as well.
This is one of my dad's favorite segments too, and no matter how many times we see it, we always crack up.
Hi, everyone. Let's pitch in and get cracking here in Louisiana doing right, eh?
Okay, I don't blame you. Good luck on that.
Overbearing, ugly guys
We'll be
hurt
right
royally
back.
every time someone eats a radish, carrot, hors d'oeuvre, and never does dishes.
Number 7.
We're about to send Crow here on a highly confidential commando raid down to Deep 13. He's gonna try to find the secret button that'll get the satellite of love back down to Earth.
Where Joel would go crazy, Mike would try to escape, and this has got to be my favorite of the failed escape attempts.
Fire in the hole!
Ha! Jimmy Jumpsuit, this is Hermes. The squab is in the hall.
We rarely got to see any of our guys off of the satellite, and it's almost surreal. It's also funny because we can't see Forrester's face since Trace was operating Crow at the same time.
Hey, don't just stand there, pal. Help me find the special button that gets the satellite of love to... The eagle is running! The eagle is running! The eagle is wetting his pants! Wow!
And with that, the umbilicus is no longer a viable means of escape.
I warned you, Nelson. You keep your little robot pals where they belong, or you're going to find a little surprise waiting for them. Oh, yes.
Well, you can't blame a guy for trying. Hush, little bit.
Number 6. If there's one thing I love as much as time travel, it's alternate realities. Based off of the Mirror Mirror episode of Star Trek, Mike and the bot switch places with the Mads, and Mike and Crow become the Tormentors and the Mads the Tormented.
Yippee-die-IA. Shut up. We've got movie sign. There goes it.
At the same time, in our normal MST reality, Mike and Crow are normal, and Tom and Gypsy are evil.
Servo's gotten really weird, and Gypsy is too.
Yeah, I know. I'm afraid we've lost them to an alternate universe.
The power to rule the galaxies. It's ours. Yours and mine for the taking.
No kidding? Wow. So you die, Captain, and we all move up in rank.
You do not. Get out of here.
I love how everyone gets to stretch their characters here, and how they give us one of the show's best full episode storylines.
You know, gang, I think about one trip a year to an alternate universe is enough for me. It wasn't that funny, was it?
No, not at all. That's all right.
Number 5.
Hi, I'm Trooper Tom Servo. Well, I've seen it all, stared into the gaping maw of death, and I'm here to remind you of the horror that lurks everywhere.
Based off of the short Last Clear Chance, the S.O.L. crew recreates the dire warnings from the tale.
Oh, I know you're just going to eat that sandwich a little bit, with a little bit of mayo and a little bit of hard salami.
Why don't they look?
40% of...
Tom and Crow emulating the sheriff and engineer, and Mike's painful screams are just dead on.
Have fun with your lint trap. Nothing will happen to you. It'll happen to the other guy.
Why don't they? Why don't they look?
While this bit is a little short, it knows how to make the most of the time it has.
Until...
Why don't they
Why do
look?
we even bother with the brainless gibbons who live in this stinking hole of a town? When I wash my hands of it, brother. Pah!
Wow. Little guy really gets into his roles, doesn't he?
Number 4.
Mike, you see, you go back into his past, convince him to take a new direction in his life, and then time changes so that Mike never becomes trapped on the satellite at all.
Yeah, but what if things go wrong?
Well, there's a small chance we'll warp ourselves and the rest of the universe out of existence.
Cool.
Accessing...
More time travel and alternate realities. Time Chasers is one of my favorite episodes, and this is one of the greatest reasons why. It's interesting to see what a bleak future Mike and the bots would have endured if Mike had never become a captive on the S.O.L.
Mike.
Eddie, hi, Eddie. Sorry, Eddie. Here I am, Eddie.
Hey, where you been, midget?
Sorry, Eddie. Won't happen again, Eddie.
I was ashing.
Okay,
so, oh boy. You're not Mike? Or...
Mike, who the hell's Mike? I don't know no Mikes.
Yeah, shush, Crow. Eddie don't know no Mikes. What are you talking about?
Shut up.
Shutting up, Eddie, right away.
Brother Mike.
Seeing Mike's brother, who was never mentioned before or ever again, is great. And it's funny/depressing to see Servo in such a cowardly state. But the best, or perhaps worst part of this storyline is the fact that Mike would have died if he had never been trapped in space.
So, Edward, your brother's band didn't do too well? Or?
I'm kidding, they were doing great. They were already opening for Motorhead when Mike bought it.
What?
He died like a mangy dog right on stage. Man.
I was really proud of him. Excellent death.
Excellent.
Oh, this reality is even worse for Mike. I gotta get back and warn him. Listen, Mr.
I love when these types of stories are used to change the characters' perspectives a little bit. Crow and the viewers all learn that sometimes we are where we are for a reason.
Look, don't change Mike's future or he dies, okay? Oh, I see. Yeah, it's about time. Ooh, I gotta get back. Man, was I a jerk a half hour ago. Mike, hi. Forget what I was saying. Forget your band. It's going nowhere. Stick to a life of menial, low-paying jobs, okay?
That's cool.
Good, thanks.
Number 3.
Hello? Hello? Can anyone tell me where I am?
Michael J. Nelson!
Yes?
Michael J. Nelson, you are charged with crimes against man and nature.
So that failure to yield finally went to bench warrant, huh? I knew it.
No, but now that we know about that, we'll add that to the charges.
Oh, I'll just be quiet then, huh?
Good idea.
A little distraction.
Over the course of Season 8, Mike accidentally blew up 3 separate planets, and now it's time to pay for his transgressions.
Okay. A few things, Mike. First, well, you blew up another planet, obviously. Yep. What's that, 3 for you now?
I think so.
Second, are you out of your stupid runnets? Go, you dumb man!
My sister absolutely loves these segments and was a bit incredulous that it isn't number 1 on my list, but hey, it's pretty close. Kevin is absolutely fantastic as Professor Bobo throughout this entire episode, but in this scene, he and Bill are just hilarious together, and my sister and I still quote this bit to each other.
Oh, now, there is just one more thing, sir. Just a small thing there. What kind of pie was it that you brought to those lovely old folks?
Oh, it was apple, I believe.
Oh, apple. You know, that was my pappy's favorite.
Where's he going with this?
And what kind of apples did you use in that pie?
Red delicious, I believe.
Red delicious. Don't those get kind of mushy?
I like that.
Well, some folk do, some folk do. Now, how did that crust turn out, sir?
Well, it was flaky and delicious. Listen, what are you implying?
I am insinuating, sir, that this man is a fraud and a liar. He has never made a pie crust in his life.
My pie is famous. I have made hundreds.
Sir, I have eaten every pie this vast universe has to offer. I have eaten black bottoms, shoe flies, custards, minces, and meringues. I have eaten pecan and black chestnut, key lime, fruit, cream pies, crumble and lattice stuff, and I ain't never heard of using no warm water for no crust.
Oh, no, I'm lying.
Another fun storyline with great performances and even going the extra mile to make it black and white. Who knew going to court could be this much fun?
I find you guilty, and I sentence you to death.
No.
But seeing as you're basically an amiable lug, I commute the sentence to 800 hours community service. Court adjourned.
Oh, good to have you back, Mike. All right.
It really is, man.
Boy.
Oh, boy.
Number 2.
Previously on the satellite above.
His BP is dropping fast.
We're losing them.
The hell we are. Clear.
Come on.
Come on now, Liv. Come on.
More broccoli?
I love a well-done parody, and this one is just spectacular. When I finally saw The Deadly Beast for the first time, the hilarity of this one took me completely off guard.
Look at me. You know what I think? I think you knew that chicken puppa was stuffed with explosives, didn't you? Didn't you?
No. Come on, answer the question, you scowl.
No. Ah, stop lying.
I was laughing hard back then, and to this day, it's still one of the funniest things I have ever seen.
The sauce, it's too rich. It's too thick. Oh, no. Save yourself. Crow, take my hand.
Don't make me shoot you. Crow!
And now, tonight's episode.
Honorable mentions.
Cheating. Cheating is bad. Richard Basehart is good. So, how about some lunch?
Hey, Crow.
What?
That was word for word the same report that Gypsy just gave.
Yeah, what are the odds of that happening?
Yeah, you know what? I am beginning to look and feel like you. And you know what? I'm perfectly comfortable with that.
Yes, that's exactly what I think.
Oh, he's a WERECROW! A WERECROW!
Muchachos, véanse para la propia bolsa. ¡Rompelo!
Number 1. Spoiler alert. If you have not seen the final episode of MST3K and wish to remain unspoiled, do not go any further. Thank you.
Mike, this means we're headed to Earth!
Earth, that's my home.
Yes, yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Earth.
To Earth!
I feel like this is a genuinely perfect ending to such an amazing show.
Apparently you initiated re-entry protocol for the satellite.
Well, make it not protocol the re-entry. Make it better.
Well, you broke off the stick of joy. It's irreversible.
We'll be landing in 1 hour and 55 minutes.
Hooray! We did it! We did it!
Well, I mean, we didn't really do it, but...
Well, it was done by someone!
Yes, someone did it!
It was done!
Not only is it genuinely heartfelt and funny, but it has that little bit of melancholy that I think every series finale needs when the satellite of love actually breaks apart on re-entry.
What's our situation?
Beginning re-entry, Mike.
Good.
Oh, total heat shield failure, Mike.
Bad. Well, what's going on?
Deck 3 broken away. Deck 4 broken away.
Oh my gosh, Cambot, give me rocket number 9.
Oh, Nelly. Deck 5 broken away.
I think this ending is simple, respectful, and perfectly keeps in tone with the entire series.
Would you sit down? The movie's about to start.
Come here, Tommy.
Oh boy.
WTMJ TV in Milwaukee presents our Saturday afternoon movie, The Crawling Eye.
The Crawling Eye, the Marty Feldman story.
Oh, Forrest Tucker. He's the guy that makes sure the tree's shirt tails are in.
This movie looks kind of familiar, doesn't it?
As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll join me next week for my top 10 Riff Track shorts. I'll see you guys later.